Hey there, it's Ruby Lee, and welcome to the Fix Your Grown Up podcast, the audio companion for the book Fix Your Grown Up, dropping on April 15th, 2025. This show is your toolkit for reclaiming your inner spark and transforming your life. Inside the book, you'll find powerful journaling sections in every chapter to help you reflect and reset, hilarious mental health parodies that keep things real and light, and the groundbreaking happy mindset theory to help you tune into your natural joy. If you love a structured approach with a dash of humor, think clear strategy mixed with some playful insights, you're in the right place. For more details and to grab your copy, head over to www.drtuepenz.com. Let's fix our grown-ups and get our happy on.
All right. Yo, what's the deal? It's me, Dr. Tuepenz, checking in live on the corner with the Fix Your Grown Up podcast, one half of the the Villains podcast. We had to flip it to keep it, to keep it flowing. Here live and direct, where I be at Birchville, New York, home city's finest stand up. We in a building, Today, we still talking about the book, Fix Your Grown Up. And if you haven't got your copy, the pre-sale orders is definitely online. Link is in the description. Get get it reserved before you become a herb. You dig? Anyway, stop playing. So today, we're going to talk about the happy mindset theory. Yes. We're going to connect all the other chapters to this one grand place, and this is really what inspired me to write the book. And this is what I realized you have to do in order to fix your grown up. You have to be happy. So I developed the happy mindset theory. Definitely shout out to Funny Marco. I got the video too that led me to this conclusion when Funny Marco was just talking about having money in the video, and he said the only way to be rich is to be happy. And I said, yeah, you're right. It is. It is the only way, because if you're unhappy, then it's just going to close the doors to different opportunities. It's that simple. In a previous episode, I talked about how we're all born happy, but sometimes life pressures obscure that. It makes it hard to see that. When you understand is that genetics, which is 40-50% of kind of how we are, is amplified by behavior and the way we have our mind set. So if our behavior is that of negative thinking, negative situations, environments, so on and so forth, the mind will be set to a negative place. But if the mind is set to a positive place, then you would quickly achieve your happy. And I don't say happiness, I say happy. Everybody has to get their happy. It's like a thing, that's a tangible mental thing. It's only tangibly mentally because it's a spirit thing. But anyway, I'm not even gonna get all deep. If you want to know more, tap into the link below. I'll give you a free consultation. We'll do 10 minutes, but anything after that, you gotta sign up for 3 $25 sessions. But you're gonna get right. We're gonna go somewhere, and as long as you open, you gonna get what you've been hoping. Whew. Some bars. Goodness. So again, keep this in mind. Everybody is born happy, no matter how unhappy you are today. Understand that it's not an emotion. It is a mind that is set to happy. So again, with the happy mindset, in order to get there, we have to peel back the layers of adulthood and get out of that adulthood stuff. And we have to flow in our joy and use our inner child as the guide. And we choose happy over everything else. When you look at it from the math perspective, we're combining accountability plus forgiveness times change plus the I am happy theory, or the I am happy mindset, which is going to give us a consistent practice for a healthy, happy mind. So to do this, I want to tap into something really interesting. A good friend of mine had referred this book to me by this man, Thomas Erickson. and it's called Surrounded by Idiots. And he has a lot of different variations of this concept based off the DISC model. It's the color theory. And in it, I've discovered kind of my personality, how I am, the way I am, why I kind of do things, the way I do based off of basic human characteristics. The book, it says Surrounded by Idiots, but it's not about people being idiots. It's just about people being people, and more importantly, you and how you are and how you respond to other people and how other people are responding to you and why you are responding to them the way you are. So, great book. You ain't did it, then, hey, tap into it. But what it talks about is how to use the colors. So, okay, so we're going to talk about the how to use the DISC colors to set your mind to happy. And this is kind of, when I first got into the book, and I spoke about this in the last episode. This is kind of where it took my mind, and it kind of helped me understand, well, not kind of, but it helped me understand how I process things, how I deal with people, and more importantly, how I'm responding and taking in information during different situations at different locations based on different motivations. I had to think of something else to rhyme to give it even 4 bars. But the DISC assessment is basically has the colors, and it has the letters DISC. D is for red, and it's dominance. It's a confident, aggressive person. Yellow for influence, charismatic, and creative person. Green is for steadiness, consistent, dependable. And blue is for compliant, analytical, precise, focused on efficiency. So if you haven't, I have a quiz in the description. You can take that to kind of figure out your dominant color, but there's plenty online you can take, and you can also purchase the actual DISC model test, which is kind of how I kind of tried to base mine. I try to make a much simpler version, a free version, if you will, of what they have. But I'm sure what they have definitely trumps mine, and it gives you a more detailed outcome results with their stuff, because they made it up. So first thing you need to do, step 1, to setting your mind happy by using colors, is identify your dominant color. Take a moment just to reflect on the 4 colors and see which one that you operate with most, naturally. If you're decisive and driven, you probably going to be a red. If you're creative and enthusiastic, you're probably going to be yellow. You got a vibe. If you're calm, supportive, empathetic, people like talking to you, you're probably going to be a green. If you're analytical, detail oriented, really reflective, then you're probably a blue. So think about how that aligns with you, and then pick your color. But don't lie to yourself, because that's how you get, mixed up with somebody else. Another bar. Okay. So throughout your day, I want you to think about how you reacted in different situations. What color are you channeling right now? Just because you have one dominant color doesn't mean that you won't tap into another color. So when you're making decisions, are you leaning into your analytical blue side? Or are you letting the fiery red take over, and you over just blowing the stuff out the proportion? You're not even taking the time to think about what you're doing or what you're saying. Or are you naturally using the green's calmness? You being empathetic in the conversation, you're listening. Or you could be going yellow, or you ain't listening, you're just talking the whole conversations. But, again, which color are you using? And these, little check-ins are going to help you recognize your responses and how to align with your natural strengths, or if you're drifting off course for what you should be doing. Now, what you want to do is, once you figure out your color and looking at the colors and the kind of the way you moving throughout the day, and this is another one of those journaling situations, which I need to go ahead and do a Fix Your Grown Up journal. That's probably what I'm gonna do just based off this episode. I just thought of that just in the middle of doing this. But anyway, you want to use complementary colors to balance your mindset. And remember, this is a process. We're using the colors. Now, your dominant color. You know what I mean? So we're going to use an example. If you're predominantly blue, you might overanalyze. So tap into a little bit of the yellow spontaneity, being spontaneous. Or you could just be green and just stay, grounded and calm, just to add balance, so you're not overanalyzing the situation. If you're mostly red, and this is a person like me, you might want to consider slowing down with some blue reflection or some green empathy. And man, yeah, I know. But the goal, the idea is to blend the strengths of the other colors to help you create a holistic mindset that truly serves you and the purpose that you're out here living. When you balance your natural tendencies, you set yourself up for a happier, more resilient day. no matter what's happening. So, back to the journaling. You know, you definitely want to create a mini color checklist for daily use. Make it a habit just to quickly ask yourself during the day, what color am I operating in right now? Is this response helping me stay in my happy place? And what complementary color can I use to improve this interaction? The reason I say use the checklist, because after a while, I really feel like after a week or 2 or 3 weeks, you probably not even gonna need a checklist. You'll naturally go there if you don't naturally go there already. So, you know, and of course, if you already there, skip this step, get to the next one. Don't even waste your time. Now we're at the final step, and we want to cement your core color as your happy place. So, you want to anchor yourself in your dominant color as your happy place. And this is the place where you return when you need a moment of calmness or clarity. What you want to do is develop a simple little routine that could be a short breathing exercise, or just a moment of visualization, where you see your dominant color shining brightly inside of you. And what I mean by that also is, look at some of the things, the hobbies. You got to have hobbies, because, you know, hobbies can turn into something that really pay off big dividends in the long term. But you got to do something to shift your mind. When you're doing hobbies and you're doing things that are pleasing to you, that's when we talk about the dopamine and the serotonin and all those different situations. Those chemicals going off in your brain is feeding you, it's nourishing you. So no matter what color you are, you know, you want to just keep reinforcing that your core color is a safe space. It's where your happy lives. It's the place you existed as a child, and a foundation of genuine happy that remains. You know, it's going to remain constant despite life's ups and downs, because bullshit gonna happen and you're not gonna like it. But anyway, we're gonna get another one of those Facebook comments. Hold on, let me find one. Let me find a goodie. About somebody need to fix their grown up. And I just had a good conversation with somebody too. And I really want to share one of those. I was on somebody help me. I was like, yo man, you gotta fix your grown up, man. You need to fix your grown up. You bugging. And people always try to tell me stuff. And I just be like, dude, like, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me much. There's not much you can tell me. So you can try. You can try all you want. But see, my life experiences have allowed me to see things in a whole nother perspective. And as such, you know, I move different, I talk different. So, this is a situation. I got into a comment, called somebody a bootlicker. And this dude just went off on the deep end on me. You know what I mean? And I asked him, you know, let's see what he said. He said, I forgot what I said. I said something about people not wanting. I said, you know, I always comment on this page and I say, if you want more, you gotta do more. You know, that's what the whole conversation is about. You can't expect to be flying to Dubai and shit, working at fucking McDonald's or the fucking warehouse. Like, it's not fucking happening unless you own the fucking McDonald's or you own the fucking warehouse. Your ass is not going to be able to live fucking luxury. You'll be able to live. And I think you should be able to live because you're making money. So you should be able to afford somewhere to stay. But it ain't going to be like the fucking Kardashians. Let's just stop the bullshit, okay? Anyway, we're going over time. But he said, how do you know? How do you know that everyone is failing? Is failing because of their perspective? Isn't it at least possible some people aren't capable as a matter of institutional oppression, genetic factors, lack of proper medical care, and so on? You and I differ. I don't care about whether people fail to succeed. Everyone deserves a little bit of happiness in life, and there is not a single good reason we can't simply provide it. It's a tribe. Fuck your earn it mentality. Fuck your judgments about who deserves it. Most of all, fuck your facade, this fake personality that has nothing to do with actual care or concern, and everything to do with trying to scare people into falling in line with the status quo. I said, C-Dub, why you lashing out on me on the internet? You don't even know me or what I come from. You sounding like a bootlicker, and that's not cool, bro. So we went back a couple more times, you know what I mean? And so eventually I said, man, look at my page. Look at what I post. I just be on here yapping. but you right, I don't care. Also, I am a person who wishes he could live without the need for food or sleep, so I can put work in all day and all day and night. I do think that I told him, so I looked through his page, right? And I said, hey man, this is a dope. I seen you do art, and I commented back. I said, man, do you still do art? This is a dope picture. And I was like, man, he was like, you don't care and all this shit. Yeah, so after I told him that, how I like his art, he says, you post toxic positive drivel and think your logic applies to everyone, which gives you unwarranted confidence in bad ideas. Your ecosystem is denial and cowardice because you would rather blame everyone else for real social issues. And I just said, man, you know what? I guess you just want to be unhappy. You don't want to be successful. You don't want to have a good life. And I told him straight up, man, I see why you so negative. That's insane. It's just insane bootlicker behavior. I told him you're a creative artist. So don't act like no one has ever told you that. Trust me, you can keep your opinion of me, but I really think you should tap back into that shit if you haven't already. Not for money, fame, or any of the material things we can't take, with us when we die, but just because you're good at it. And eventually we came to some type of consensus. We had a good conversation, but we agreed to disagree. And, wasn't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, people, fix your grown up. Your mind is not set to happy. It's set to this person that's oppressing you. It's set to this societal issue that isn't really affecting you as much as you allow it to be, as you allow it to affect you. Yeah, man, listen, you're not going to tell me nothing about people going through shit. You don't know what the fuck I've been through. You don't have a fucking clue. So for people to sit here and say that kind of shit on the internet it's asinine. I think I used that right, but I'm going a little deep. But I wanted to make sure I really went heavy on this happy mindset theory because it's a really cool thing that this book brought out of me. And through it, using the colors, you can fix your mind. You can fix your fucking grown up, and you won't be walking around. I mean, people really, really think that it's something you can be toxic positive. Like, what the fuck? And this ain't even to my man C-Dub. This ain't even him. This not the only person. And if you walking around thinking that shit is toxic positive, you probably a motherfucker complaining in paradise. Wake up. Fix your grown up. One book to change one mind. One mind to change a generation. Be happy and live life like a mark. I'm out this bitch.
Hey, it's Ruby Lee here. As we wrap up our talk on I Am Happy today, let's swing by a quick note on what I like to call Backstreet Boys syndrome. Picture this. A guy with the charm of a pop star, but his moral compass? It's stuck in a reality TV storyline. He's out there wowing your mom one minute and ghosting you the very next. Yikes, right? Here's the truth I want you to remember. Real connection isn't about smooth moves or catchy hooks. It's about accountability and genuine care for each other. So keep shining that inner happy, stay true to who you are, and I'll see you next time on the Fix Your Grown Up podcast.
Eastside nigga, now worldwide nigga. 4 or 5 nation, now the world got bigger. I won't point a finger unless it's on the trigger. Witness said he seen them riding with his children.
Beating down the block, knocking pictures off the wall. Beating down the block, knocking pictures off the wall.
Hip hop need more fathers. In Oak City, I'm the forefather. Rockin' J's, all fours probably running.